And I'm your host, Thomas. And today, family, we moving it right along. We got my girl, Ask Ashley. Ask Ashley got a program on YouTube, Fair Use. Fair use. In this episode of Ask Ashley, this young lady, as far as I got, fellas, her baby daddy, he had 6 kids when they met her. And I don't know, I think a bunch of baby mamas. And I think she had a kid by him, and she calling to get Ask Ashley advice, I think, on whether she should stay with him or not. All right. So listen, we're gonna listen to Ashley's advice, and I give my assessment along the way, fellas.
I kind of joined the live a little late. Are we like you giving advice or topic?
Yes.
Like relationship advice or?
Yes, absolutely. What's your question tonight?
I don't think I necessarily like have a question. I tend to how do you know like when a person is being like genuine or like how do you
Hold on 1 second, Ashley. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yes.
Okay. How do you know if a person is genuine?
Or okay, so for example, like growing up, my mom never really taught.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
I said growing up, my mom never really taught me how to date properly, and my dad wasn't in the picture. So I feel like when you're entering like that relationship or dating stage, how do you know like what to look for? Because a lot of people say, oh, you attract who you are or some of the sort. Because I had like some incidents where I had a whole guy like lie about their name, age, and it's just like, how do you navigate that? Like if I'm asking you your name, like if you ask me my name, it's like I wouldn't think you're lying about your name. Like, so it's like, how do you, I guess, vet the
Yeah, I would say
I'm sick of hearing these bullshit Superman stories.
my name is like I wouldn't think you're lying about your name. Like, so it's like, how do you, I guess, vet the
yeah, I would say give it time. And I would also want access to.
So far, family, nice looking lady, not a bad looking lady, but my assessment of her personality so far, professional victim. She ain't about to take no accountability. She sound like a child. Like if you ask somebody their name, what kind of person lying to you about their name? How long it's going to take for you to figure out that they lying about their name? You must have done something with them. All right, you done something with them, didn't you? She ain't going to take no responsibility. All right, listen, she about to be a professional victim. Trust me, she ain't did nothing. Somebody done something to her. I see where this going already.
Also want access to their social media account if they do have one. Someone said ask for the ID, but people are not going to just give you their ID.
They're not.
Yeah,
and
they're not going to do that. They're
how
not
I
going to
found
do that.
out is because like when I get suspicious, I like put on my investigator hat. But how I found out is like, because he lied about his name, age, everything. Like how many kids he had. He told me he had one on Instagram, but he had 6. So it's just like he was only claiming one because he said that's the only one that he wanted. Like he told everybody else to get an abortion and they didn't. Oh, well, that's on them. So it's like he told everybody else to get an abortion and they didn't. Oh, well, that's on them. So it's just like, if you're coming in and you're lying about everything, like
okay, so that's the skinny on it. I see the move already. Okay, she gonna act like this is the build up to she ain't know he had 6 kids when she got pregnant with by him. She thought he only had 1 kid. She telling a lie, and don't that excuse he gave her for why he only had 1 and not 6 because he don't like the other ones. So he ain't claiming them. Don't she sound like she was all right with that excuse? Didn't sound like that bothered her one bit. All right, she went on and breezed by that and got to the she ain't know nothing about he had 6 kids. I bet you this will build up to why she needed to be this victim first. and somebody took advantage of her and just lied to her about his name. And no, you knew exactly who he was. You knew exactly how many kids he had. Cut the jokes.
Everything, because he got mad at me, and like, I guess the truth come out when you're mad, and just told like everything. Oh yeah, I'm in a relationship. Like, we met on Hinge, like the dating app. I don't know if you, but yeah, it's like, I don't know.
That ain't it. That's problem number one. Problem numero uno. Hinge. Yeah, no. That's where the wild things lurk. I'm not saying there's not needles in a haystack, but no.
And you see, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was new to the app. I actually seen someone like do like a review, I guess, on TikTok about how they went on a date on Hinge, and that was made me download it. And it's like,
But let me ask you this, Ashley. How long was it before y'all were intimate? How long did that take?
okay, so like a little backstory.
Yeah. Whore. Little bitch. Yeah.
Okay, so like a little backstory before I answer that question.
No. How long
But
did
no,
it take?
but see,
Long story short, how long did it take? The same night, the same day, the same
no. He
week,
tried it, of course.
the
But
same
like,
week.
it was when I felt comfortable, like, because I don't put like a time frame on that, because like I said before, like I never had like the introduction of dating properly. Like, I just, go out based how I feel.
40 minutes. 40 minutes.
And like I said, a little bit of backstory. This was in 2000. It was last year. But I was in a relationship for 6 years with my baby daddy. And then this is like me. We was broken up for like almost 2 years, and I met him. And this is like the first guy I met and had, you have a strong connection with. Like, like, I don't know how to explain it, but you meet a person, you instantly vibe, and it's just like, like I said, he tried it the first night or whatever, but I was just like, no, because funny part is we met and he matched with me. We end up meeting that same night that we matched. So like, he was like, his foot was on the pedal. And then, like I said, he tried it or whatever, but I was like, no, I got to go to bed. Like, I didn't even let him in my house. Like, we met, talked in the car, and there was so much that happened with that. But like,
Talked in a car. What happened in the car?
so like I said, like, it was like 10 o'clock, 9-ish, 9:30 when we met in person. So like, we were just talking, and I have like my questions. So question number one is like, how long have you been single? Number one, because I like to get a sense of the person. Question number two is how many kids you have, because I have 2. At the time I had 2. I ended up getting pregnant by him. Anyways, but yeah.
You got pregnant by him?
Yeah.
So you're having his 7th child.
Right. But at the time, like, and that's the whole wild story too, because we met in December. What was that? It was not last year. It was December of 2023. And I didn't find out I was pregnant until February, March of 2024. I had my period, but then again, like I said before, I was in a relationship with my baby daddy. I already had 2 kids. Obviously, I'm very fertile. So I was on birth control for 5 years. Like, I had the implant in my arm. So I was coming off of the birth control, had my period, didn't find out. Like I said, it was just, I didn't know. But hey, he hid for almost 3 to 4 months. But no, we met and like, okay, so back to the story. We matched on Hinge. We ended up meeting because he wanted to meet me. I guess he thought I was catfish. I don't know. But he was so eager to meet in person right away. So we was talking in the car. I was asking him my questions, how many kids you have, when was your last relationship? Why did your last relationship end? How old are you? What is your name? Like, to me, basic questions. And we were just vibing. And like I said, he tried to invite himself in. I was like, no, we just met. I gotta go.
Hey, woman. Hey, woman. Listen here.
He wasn't in school yet. And I was just like, well, my son already want to go to IHOP. I didn't really think nothing of it because, like I said before, it's morning. He was very good with my child, like very attentive, very caring, like just alert. Like, my son was being greedy, and he was like, to me, because he was ordering extra stuff. I'm just like, Joseph, he was like, no, let him get what he want. So to me, that like really, because again, I'm coming out of a relationship with my dad, my son's father, for like almost 7 years. We met in 2014. We broke up officially 2022. So like, that was the first time I actually connected with someone like on a level of, okay, I can see myself detaching myself from my last relationship.
All of this is a crack a load of BS, girl. All right. And it's bull crap. All right. It's the story you want to give for why you met a man, gave him no time, and you got pregnant and got a baby daddy with some dude you don't know nothing about. All right, talking about something. You got an instant connection. Fellas, how much you want to bet she got instant connection with all three of her baby daddies? All right, listen, she get an instant connection quick. All right, and we know what they connected to.
Actually connected with someone like on a level of, okay, I can see myself detaching myself from my last relationship, going somewhere with him. Like, it was just a strong connection. And then that was just like the cherry on top when how attentive he was with my child. And he was just giving genuine. So later on that night, like I decided, okay, like, yeah, we can have sex, because of those feelings. Again, I never, and the crazy part is, like I said,
she lying, fellas. All this happened in the first 30 minutes. She put that extra day on there. She dripped that extra day on there. All this happened in 20, 30 minutes. All right, he ain't take him nowhere. All right, he bought her son something from the little Chinese spot on the corner. He ate that.
Night, like I decided, okay, like, yeah, we can have sex, because of those feelings. Again, I never, and the crazy part is, like I said, all my life I've been in long-term relationships. This is the first person like I met and had sex with, like literally within 2 days. But again, it was my decision. I could have waited if I wanted to, but
Fellas, she one of those women you can't believe nothing she say. Bro, she tell you it's raining outside, you better get your ass up. But don't even ask her. All right, because she probably lying. All right, you see this whole spill she gave us just to tell us she met a dude, and soon as she met him, he dropped some meatloaf off in her, and he ain't even covered the meatloaf up and glazed her. You know what I'm saying? And she talking about, you know what I mean? She don't know what the hell happened. And it's all this long drawn out story. No, it happened the way it always happened. You know what I mean? You hurry up and kick that box out. You hurry up and get yourself another baby daddy, another man who ain't serious about you.
if I wanted to. But it's just like I said, it was a strong, genuine connection, something that I haven't had since my last relationship. So those are the emotions I was going on. And then he was very attentive to my child. But it's so crazy because after that, it's just like we that's how I got pregnant, honestly.
You see what I'm saying, fellas? How attentive could he been to her child? And that's why they connected and she did it. So how could he been that attentive to her child, fellas? He met at 10 o'clock at night in the car. They talked a little bit. The next day, he busted down. Her words. The next day, he was in that box. All right, the next day. All right, so how attentive was he to your son, in the span of 24 hours? And then I'm sure, he came a little earlier than 10 the next day. So listen, he spent a few hours getting to know you. And the next thing you know, he had you knocked up. Girl, that's a sad story. A poor excuse. You're a ratchet. You just ratchet, girl. You're busted up hood rat. You're on here on the mission from hell. And now you want to look like a victim. We listening.
And then he was very attentive to my child. But it's so crazy because after that, it's just like we that's how I got pregnant, honestly. So we met December 4th. I end up figuring out, in March, into February, that I got pregnant December 14th. So, but we was together like white on rice. Like, so after that, we was like with each other, like constantly. We end up like obviously being around someone, for a long, like every day, damn near. Stuff tend to, fall out like naturally. So he got mad at me one time. I guess I wasn't doing what he wanted to do. And he
No, let me tell you what happened, fellas. He moved straight in the house. All right, that's how I go. He knocked her, hurried up and knocked her up and moved straight in the house. All right, wanted cold loser. They the kind of men she get, cold losers, fellas.
One time, I guess I wasn't doing what he wanted to do. And he was
Well,
just like,
my
well,
question is, where are things now, and does he have more kids?
no, so supposedly I'm like my son is like 1.5, so I'm not talking to him now because he's very manipulative. Like it's like you got me with a lie, like with a persona. Because if you would have told me first of all, you would have told me you had 6 kids, it would have been like, okay, nice to meet you, we can be friends.
But
Number one,
Ashley, you didn't give it enough time.
I didn't,
You said
but what
you
I'm saying is,
hold on. I let you
okay,
speak. I let you
okay,
speak out of fairness.
mhm,
You didn't give it enough time. Y'all spoke in the car on the first meetup. The second meetup was breakfast, and then y'all slept together, right?
mhm.
And then you kind of was like open because he bought, food for your son. So
Not
he
even
already
that.
was
He was
like,
very attentive. Like, I mean,
okay,
we,
and
we spoke
attentive.
about kids and we spoke about like how you parenting wise, like I spoke about how I was, and it's just like it was the connection was there, the vibe was there. But like I said before, if he was
Yo, look, I believe the part about he came over 10:30 that night. But I believe he came over 10:30 that night. He was cute and he never left. All right, he never left. All right, he beat that thing up all night. All right, he was dropping off in all night. And in the morning, he bought her son something from the Chinese store, kept right on chopping in them cheeks. All right, she was pregnant in no time.
it was the connection was there, the vibe was there. But like I said before, if he would have told me he had 6 kids, I would have asked him how many baby mamas he had. That would have led on a whole nother conversation. So if he was honest from it would have never even got there. So that's my thing, and I feel like he knew that because I cut it off right when I found pregnant or not. It's just like you're not gonna lie to me because now it's just like I'm feeling bamboozled. It's like who are you? I don't even know. Like it's like Mulan when she was looking in the lake, like who is this person I'm seeing? Because it's just like this is not what you told. This is not what.
She telling a damn lie, fellas. You know that's her story. All right, listen. As soon as she started trying to jump on him about helping her out, he was out of there. All right, the woman came out of her. This her story. This a story she laying down about why they ain't together no more. She left him. No, he left her. All he did was pack his clothes and left the house. He in his next baby mama house now.
And I feel like he knew that because I cut it off right when I found pregnant.